Hi, Sir Jhanes. My name is Jayson Puada, and I explain my part in smartphone. My part in smartphone is the do while loop smartphone to on the smartphone or off the smartphone. I use the here in my my class speed I use in turning on or off the smartphone is string power on, in user input, and string open up. First, first the getter and setter method in home. Like let's say my home parts. This app choices is only used for printing the settings. Set date. Set this this and per set date. Next my part. Do I do? The system will print the type on if you want to turn on and off if you want off the smartphone. And system that out the system will print the user input and have a color of cyan. Object 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 turning on. Object smartphone that set turning on is instantiation of smartphone, and to call that the set turning on so the user can apply can user can input here. Case is use case method. If on the smartphone will on turn on, and the phone is on will execute. The phone is on is here, the home screen, and of the whole smartphone will off. Let's say on, like on and off. Yeah. As you see, the user can type because the system will exit it. And my part. That's my part in this project smartphone. Thank you.
Mga greetings sa mga Alexander State ng Fideli and I will discuss smartphone settings. First, Wi-Fi enabled, mobile network enabled, Bluetooth enabled are Boolean variables representing the parent of status of mobile network and Bluetooth connectivity is true. They are initialized the false model manufacturer operating system and storage capacity GB are used to store information about the smartphone, such as its model, manufacturer's operating system, and storage capacity. The constructor of initialize the instance variable with values passes as parameter when creating a new smartphone object. It allows you to set the smartphone properties during the object creation, toggle Wi-Fi, toggle mobile network, and toggle Bluetooth. These methods toggle the respective connectivity option when called they invert the current status of Wi-Fi, mobile network, or Bluetooth. For example, if toggle Wi-Fi is called, it will switch the Wi-Fi enable variable from true to false or display about phone. This method spreads about the information information including its model, manufacturers, operating system, and storage capacity. It formats the output to display these details clearly display setting method. Typically, use this code you will typically create instead of the smartphone class by providing values for the smartphone properties. When calling the constructor, you can use the toggle Wi-Fi, toggle mobile network, and toggle Bluetooth methods to change the connectivity settings. To display settings, method allows you to view the current settings and instruct with the smartphone's menu. The display about menu about phone, the methods provides information about the phone. To demonstrate how this code run, you will need to instantiate the smartphone class. Call its method and observe the output product when each method is called in a course. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I am Jhanes Hilaga and I will be explaining the part of smartphone app calculator. First, here in smartphone class, in the part of the calculator, we created a method named calculator operator. Then we use switch cases to calculate first num and second num. In case 1, if the user choose addition, it will add first num and second num. Then it will display the answer num result. The rest, it is the same as the other cases. But in division, which in case 4, if the user input 0, in second num, it will print invalid. And if the user choose between and if the user choose a number not between the operator list, it will print please choose between 1 to 4. After that, we declared another method named calculator condition to continue. And in this method, we use switch case and called this that continue calc. And if the user input 2, which is equal to no, it will print closing calculator. Then here in main class, we created a method named calculator running. Then we use do while loop for the user if he or she wants to continue using calculator. Then it will show a prompt to enter the first num and second num. Then we use again the do while loop for the operator to be used. And if the user input a number that is not on the list, it will loop again to choose operator to be used. After calculating and displaying the answer, it will show a prompt if the user wants to continue using calculator. While obj calculator that continue calc is not equal to 2, it will loop from the top. And if it equals to 2, it will exit the calculator. After all, I will demo the output. And here is the example of addition. And that's all for the calculator app. Thank you.
Damal greetings. My name is Jehus Cabalejo. I'll be explaining the camera app. I use the For the class fields, I use the int resolution, int zoom, int timer, int storage capacity, int usage storage, boolean splash on, photo gallery list array. And with the smartphone constructor, the default value of resolution is 1 to 44, zoom is 1, timer is set to 0, storage capacity is 100, use storage is equals to use storage, and flash on is set to false. And this constructor initializes the value of resolution, timer, zoom, splash on. And this getter method allows the user to retrieve the value of its attributes. And setter method allows the user to set the value of attributes. Photo method. It adds a random photo file name with a random photo size. If this use storage plus photo size is less than equals to storage capacity, this user will add a photo file name to the photo gallery list array. And this use storage will be updated with the current value of photo size. And if the timer is set to certain number, it may have to wait a while. With that, it will print the capture photo and its photo size, as it will print the inefficient storage and update the current value of camera. Method flash switch allows you to switch the flash on or off with print details to update the current value of. And set timer allows you to set the timer either to 0, 3, and equals to 10. Set zoom level allows you to set the zoom level from range 1 to 10. Else, if it's not within 1 to 10, it will call the zoom level method again. Print method will only print the current value. With the main method, select resolution main method allows you to set the resolution to 144, 360, 480, 720, and 1080. I will run the code sample output. Out. Camera, setting the resolution, setting the timer, setting the zoom level, switching the flash, capturing the photo. That's all.
Hi, my name is Ronnel Basierto and I will discuss the gallery app in our smartphone. Smartphone class, I added um, file name attributes to store the name of an image, and I provide two methods in line 404. In line 404, set image name. This method set the file name attributes to the provide image name. And get image name. This method receive or retrieve or return the image name stored in the file name attributes. Let's go to the main class. In this code, I initialize the array string array list called gallery to store the name of image in the gallery. And additionally, the smartphone, I I name it a new image for handling image related actions. I start displaying an gallery menu with three options. It it's adding image, view gallery, and exit. Inside the infinite loop, I ask user to enter the choice. If you enter the choice, it will scan the next int, and the next int says that the user only input an integer type. So it depends on user choice. And I will perform the following actions. In case 1, we'll print enter the image name, and the new image name that set image will scan the next line, and it will add a new image into the gallery, and it will print image added to the gallery. And in case number 2, it has if else. In if else, if gallery is empty, it will print gallery is empty, and else it will print gallery. And inside the else block, it has a for loop that iterates the array list gallery all over the for loop. And the for loop runs in index start with 0, and if the index is less than the gallery size, it will increment, and it will print the index is plus 1. So the index should start into 1 instead of 0, plus the dot and plus the gallery that get integer. Gallery that get integer, it will get the new image added to the gallery. And in case number 3, it will just print exiting gallery app, and it will also print gallery app close. And the default will be print invalid choice, please try again. And here's the example of the code. Let's try in the console. Let's type on, and let's type apps. Here we will pick for opening the gallery. Let's add image. So I will press 1, enter the image name, say it's Ronnel. Let's add another. To view that, let's enter number 2. And here we first enter Ronnel, it display Ronnel and Basierto. And let's try to exiting the app, gallery, app close. And that's it. Thank you.
Dangal greetings, I am Bayan Jagorin and I'm going to explain the contacts application. So first we will go to the smartphone class for us to set the methods, the setter and getter methods. So in the upper part of the code, we set the class fields, or we enter the class fields string name, string phone number, in choice, and string finder. So for the get name, we use this code, return this name, return this phone number, return this choice, and return this finder for us to return the data we set on the name, phone number, choice, and finder. So now let's proceed to the main class. For the main class, we we input, or we enter the use contact methods with the constructor, and inside the constructor body, we instantiate the smartphone, class smartphone, object contact, which is the new name for the new smartphone constructor. Also for the array list string is equal to array list string contact name is equal to new array list for us to enter the data names we have inputted. So all the same as the contact phone number. So let's try to run it. So this is the console. So for the app contact, we will enter number 5. So opening contacts. So the system will print the contact string and also the contacts menu. So the system will ask the users to enter a choice in the contact. So if we enter the number 1, which is the add contact, it will ask for the recipient's name. So if we entered Bea for the recipient's name, and it will also ask for the phone number. So if I entered my phone number, which is the system or the code will proceed again to the contacts menu, since the data we added, or the contact we added, is already in the array list. How did we know that the data is also already added in the array list? We use the contact name, which is the array list name, that add for adding the contact get name. Since we set here the name that we added, the object that get name will get the name that we added. So if contact name that add, the purpose of this line is to add the data we have added to the array list. Well, the same as this in here in get the phone number. So after that, if we enter the choice number 2, it will proceed to the switch case number 2, which is display contacts. So for display contacts, the method display contacts is written in the smartphone class. So the display contact method will print out the contact list, and if the contact name and if the contact name is empty, the system will print the contacts is empty. And else, if the contact is have have data on it, the contact name size, or the contact name will the system will get the contact name and the contact number, and it will display it. Or like here, the contact list has been displayed. So let's proceed to number 3. Enter the name of the contact to be searched. So here we will enter the name of the contact we want to find. So for example, we want Bea. The contact name for Bea is the contact for Bea is 0918429567. How did we find it? So the object contact that set finder will will accept the data that or the name that we added or that we input. So if the contact name that get index or index with ignoring the case is equal to the 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 name we inputted here, the system will print the contact name and the phone number that we want to find. So let's proceed for the exit. For number 4, exiting the contact app. So that's all.
So, hello sir. First of all, my name is Joshua Cedric Quiro, and I will discuss messages. First, this is the setter of messages. Set sender, set content, and set receive. And this is the getters of messages. Get sender, get content, and get receiver. So this is the display message. For string senders. String that out that print line from. So this is the name of sender or the user. And this is the message or content that that will that will make that make of sender or the user. And this is the name of the receiver. So this is the main. We will use boolean check. If the boolean if the check is true, the program will run. And this is the first. Ay, this is the first. First, need to enter sender's name or type exit. And this is the message or the content. And this is the last, this is the receiver's name. So if the user type exit, the program will break and will go to app screen. So this is the output of the program. 6. So this is the user type the sender's name or the name of the user. Sample message and the receiver's name here. So this is the message. It will save from Joshua message hello receiver here. So this is the exit. Type exit. It will exiting the message up and will go to up screen. This is the up screen. Thank you.
Tangal greetings. I am Chariz Panginen and I will be explaining the recorder methods, the recorder app in our smartphone project. This user recorder method is a method for controlling the audio recordings. And this line of code is the instantiation of smartphone class named object recorder. This next line of code prints a recorder screen that will indicate that the app is running. This while loop displays a menu with 4 options. It will continue to run and print these options while the condition is true. Once the user chooses the option 4 or chooses to exit the app, it will terminate the loop and close the app. If the user chooses the option 1, the recorder app will start recording and the Boolean in the smartphone class will turn true and the recording will start. It will print recording in progress. If the user chooses option 2, then the recording will stop. It will go back to this smartphone class and will turn the is recording boolean to false and will make the recording stop. And if the user chooses option 3, the audio will be saved and the user will be asked to enter the audio recording's name. And it will go to the smartphone class. And if the is recording boolean is class field is set to true, then the program will print the audio name and will say that it is saved. Else, if the else, then it will print cannot save audio because the recording is not in progress. And if the user inputted a number that is not available in these options, then it will run the default option and print that invalid option. Please select again and the loop will run again until the user chooses an option that is available. I will now run the program to show a sample output and demo how this recorder app runs. In here, we will select the start recording and then it will run the recording in progress showing that we are now currently recording an audio. If I choose the option 2, the recording will stop. And then I will save the audio and I will be asked to enter an audio name. Then it will print that the audio cannot be saved because the recording is not in progress. Then if I choose an invalid number, it will print invalid option. Please select again. I will now exit the app because I am done with what I will do in this recording app, and it will go back to the list of apps in the home screen of the smartphone.
Tangal greetings, Sir Jhanes. My name is Lourdan and Maraña, and I'll be explaining the clock app for our project. So the first one is the tick method. This method simulates the passage of time by updating the hours, minutes, and seconds of the clock. It adds the current number of times of it adds the current number of minutes divided by 60 to the hours effectively. It effectively increments the hours when the minute reaches 60, and it increments the number by 1, and it also increments the seconds by 1. After these increments, the code performs a modular arithmetic to ensure that the values of hours, minutes, and seconds are within the valid range. And finally it checks if the current time matches the set alarm time stored in set hours,
set minutes, and set seconds. If they match, it prints a message indicating that the alarm has gone off. Then the next one is the show method. This method simply prints the current time in the format hours, minutes, and seconds. And then the last one is the alarm int h, int m, and int s method. This is a constructor-like method that sets the initial time for the object. It takes the three parameters h for hours, m for minutes, and s for seconds. Instance variables with the values provided as the arguments. And then the next one is the main class. The for the first one is initialization and startup. A simple date format. A simple date format object named date format is created to form time in HH, MM, or SS. It means hours, minutes, and seconds. And the current time is obtained using the date class and stored in the current time. Here. The second and the next one is the menu display. The menu options are displayed, allowing the users to choose from the following. We'll make a demo on this here. The app. You can see here the menu display. The first one here is the display, the current time here, and then the number two is the set timer, and the number three is alarm clock, and the last one is the exit program. Um, then the next one is user input and menu handling. The code reads the user's choice using scan.nextInt and then enters a switch statement to execute the corresponding functionality based on the user's choice. For the case one, it displays the current time using the date format object here. I'll play the first one. Input number one here. You will see here the current time. It's 8:16 the moment here. And then the next one is the for case 2 is set timer. I will put a for example, I put a 10-second timer on this. There you go. If you want to stop the timer, you can always press 1, then it will also stop. Here. It stop the timer, then it goes back to the menu display. And for the alarm clock, number 3. So for the alarm clock, it's the time on this is the programmer set this, and then for the number 4 is the exit program. Yeah. That should be all, sir. Thank you.
Good day, sir. I am Jayson Rodriguez, and I will be presenting the music app part of our program, which is the smartphone. Here we can see that we have declared a method which is the use music app, and after that there will be an instantiation which an object which is music will be added onto the smartphone. Also added a string which is the data type and its name which is the current song until null, which means that there is no value. And once the user has input the 9 which is the music app, here we can see here that we have opened the music, then a music app menu will be displayed, and I use a while loop for that. Here we can see that there is some choices that the user can choose from, which is 1 the add song, 2 play song, 3 stop song, and 4 which is the exit. And after we open the app, the music app, um, the enter your choice will be printed, in which the user can choose what method they want to use onto the music menu. To start, I used a switch case choice that will um, determine what will be the outcome on each case that will be input. On case 1, a enter song title will be printed like here. For example, I entered 1, then the enter song title will be displayed and I can enter any song I want to. Let's just say the song is named Happy. After we entered, the system will ask for the artist name. For example, I'll just name it by my name. And there we added a song, Happy. What happened there was that after the user has input the song title and the artist name, it will be stored onto music, the object music, and the song title will be named as set title, the artist name as set artist. After that, there is an instantiation wherein the data type string, which is the new song title, will be added onto onto our object. Also, the new song artist will be added as well. After that, we can see here that there is an array which is first declared onto the upper part of our program. Once we have declared the library array, this is where the new song title will be stored. All the song titles will be stored on the library, while the artist's name will be stored on the library artist array. After that, there we there we go. The system will print the song added, which is Happy. Oh, and here on the case 2, we can see that we used a method called playsong, and playsong consists of a string, which is the current song. At first, the current song is declared as null, which means it has no value yet. And we can see here that if the array library is empty, then it will print no songs in the library at a song first, which means it doesn't have a stored song yet. Else, if the user um, clicks the second option, which is the play song, um, it will print out all the available songs. And I used for loop here, in which we can see that it will get its the song title on the library. This part means that the numbering on the song list will start on 1, as well as the artist's list, as we can see here. For example, I added another song, which is, for example, let me just put this for example. And now that we entered 2 songs, we can now choose second option, which is play song. And here we can see the available songs, and Once the available songs are printed, the user has an option to choose which song they wanted to play. If I, Once the user has input what song they want to play, the song is now playing. In here, we first start with in, the integer song number, which will be printed. Which will be scanned once the user has input what number of song they want to play. Here on the if else method, if the song is if the song number is greater than or equal to 1 and the song number not less than is less than its library size, the library size and song number is less than or equals to the library artist size, then it will print the now playing option, which you can see here. Else, if what the user input is not valid or not available among the choices, it will just print invalid song number. On the third case, we can see that this is the stop song option. And if we choose that, which means that the song that was playing before will be stopped and the no song is currently playing will be printed out. Um, on the case number 4, once we are done using the music app, we can click the number 4 choice and it will print that it will exit the music app. And once it is closed, it will display the apps that are available for another option or of what the user wants to do. Here we can also see that we use a setter and getter methods to connect how the process will be input once the user uses the music app music application. Um, that's all, and I hope I have explained it clearly. Thank you.
Mr. Jhanes, my name is James Marc Puada, and I will explain my part in this project, and my part is the games app here. The class width I use in games app is that all have a string color red, color blue, color green, color pink, color yellow, color white, user enter, and also we have an int. I have int first input, second input, third input, credits, bet, ecoin, remain value, and random number. And I also use a array list, string array list of dice color, have a name of dice color, and I also use mat random. And I also use the default parameter, and I declare the color string color red, color blue, color green, color pink, color yellow, color white have a value red, blue, green, pink, yellow, and white. And my setter method is setter setter. This used to set the value, and in getter method use for use for to retrieve what we set in setter methods. Next, this draw color method have a in parameter name, and the name is int random number. And the dice color, an array, an, a name of array list, string array list, and we add the get red dice, get blue dice, get green dice, green dice, pink dice, yellow dice, and white dice. The will add in array list, and this switch case statement here will randomly pick if the case 1 color red, case 2 blue, case 3 green, case 3 pink, 4 pink, case 4 pink, case 5 yellow, and 6 case 6 white. And this method is also this method to use to check if win or lose. These credits only get this, that icon is to get the get credits. And I use an if else statement. If check the condition if random number equals the first input, or random number equals the second input, or random number equals the third input. If the statement or the condition is true, the 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 system will print the you are winner, and the icon will increase by the bet. And if else system will print the you lose, and your icon will be deducted, the bet will minus, and this add credits for only to get credits. Next, I will explain the main. I use a games app. First, the public static void color game running is to use to run the color game. First, instantiation of smartphone, and I name it in object color game equal new, followed by the constructor, and I print the game screen. Is all this only for to indicate that we already in game screen, and I use the do while loop, and do while loop in color draw system system that print line to to print the type draw, to draw three colors, and write to exit. And user input here in object color set user enter if the draw or exit. And I also use an object if 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 else statement here. If the user enter equal to draw, this block of code will run here, will run. And next is the system will will print the input credits, set credits, and the user input here. The one for red, two for blue, three for green, four for pink, five for yellow, four for white. Next is this while loop to draw. This draw count is first in 0. This used to draw three draws dice, like in color games. Try catch for to slow the drawing, to slow the loop. Color object is set random number to object random number plus six numbers. Next, remain value, and I will try the program on of apps. Open apps. Then the games. Opening games. Next, here it will type the tree, type draw to draw, ignore case. I use an ignore case. Input the credits, let's say 100, and here we'll pick the system print the red, blue, green, pink, yellow. Next, we'll pick our bet. How we bet two, enter. Second pick four, say four, pink, and six white. Enter amount bet. Let's say 40. Red, lose. Yellow, lose. Red, lose. Now, as you can see, we deducted by the 60. 60, we bet the 40 in these three colors and deducted by 60. And say exit, exit. If we enter this, if I enter this, I enter this, it will go to apps. Yeah, app screen. And that's my explanation on my part, the smartphone.